Just had a whole herd of deer come through. At least 6 or 7. They were right back up in here. Going now, but it's kind of neat to see them all coming through. The creek is quite high. These places, like right here along the edge, is normally all just rocks where we walk along the little trickling creek, and it's actually come down a lot. You can see right here where it all came through up to the base of these trees, and we've gone around the other side of the island over there. We've gone down both sides. Now it's just a trickle going through that side. But last weekend we finally got our electric on. We got up here on Friday night in the dark because the electric was supposed to be on when we got here and it wasn't working. And we didn't bring a generator last week. And so Friday night we were in the dark. But we texted our electrician, the guy that installed everything, and he came out thankfully on Saturday morning and found that 2 out of the 3 breakers were bad. He had to run into town and replace the breakers, but we got that done pretty quick. And by probably about noon or a little before noon on Saturday last week, he had us up and running. And so now it's really nice to come out here and just turn on the lights. We also had a mouse last week that had moved in sometime during the week prior, that had got in and was eating all kinds of stuff, tearing up napkins and making a racket at night around. You could hear it back in a compartment back behind our bed or underneath our bed or something. Kept us awake half the night, so we set traps, went in town, got traps, and set traps on Sunday, and didn't catch anything before we left. So came back last night and it was kind of stinky in the camper, so we knew we had something. And 1 out of the 4 traps had a mouse in it, one underneath the kitchen sink, and so we got them. And it was all quiet last night, so it must have just been the one. And one of the traps that we had put in a drawer where he was making a lot of noise had been set off, but that one didn't catch him, and it looks like it was the second trap that got him. But I don't like killing stuff, but we can't have a mouse in our camper because you could hear him chewing stuff, and I was afraid that he'd either start really chewing up the walls or chew into some wires, and then we'd have electrical problems. So Mousy is gone. So yeah, today I'm hoping to get the chainsaw going. I did a little bit of chainsawing last week, started it for the first time, and cut up a few small logs that we used on the fire. We had a good bonfire last Saturday night. But then I tried to start it again and I couldn't get it going, so it seems to be pretty hard to start. I don't know what the deal is. It's brand new. And I've got the bar oil in there and the gas oil mix is all correct. So I don't know. We'll see what happens today. But I've got a lot of stuff I want to cut down while we're here this weekend. So we'll see what happens. We also got a fire ring, and I need to set that up today. I'm hoping it's okay. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I just brought the box up, but the box was all jacked up from the shipping. Like the one side was all ripped open. And then like 2 days later, I got another package envelope, like with a bunch of like brackets and screws and stuff in it. So I don't know if that goes with it or not. That maybe it fell out and then they mailed it to me. I have no idea. So we'll figure that out today. The fire ring, I think it folds out into a circle and then has a grill that can attach to it and swing back and forth. It's like a small grill that you can put like burgers and stuff on it, but it doesn't cover the whole fire. It's just like on the side, hooks on and can swing back and forth. So we'll see how that all works out. I'll probably do that this morning. And then we also have a guy coming out today that does gravel and stone because we've got areas in the driveway that are kind of all ripped up from when they put the telephone pole in, or electric pole, to hook up our electric. And so we want to get it kind of graded and add some loose shale to fill in the holes, and then put some gray stone, like regular road stone, over the driveway. And then we want to ask them about doing like pea stone around the camper, because that's nicer to walk on than the broken up shale. So we'll see how much it costs and see what he says. So he should be here sometime this morning. I don't know when though. Out here everybody just says they'll be there in the morning, but that can be, I guess, any time from 8 o'clock till noon. It's, I think, between 8 and 9 now. So this is our weekend so far. Forgot the coffee creamer, and then the evaporated milk that we brought up that Mitzi normally puts in her coffee was bad. It had like chunks in it, and I don't know why, because it was a brand new can. Like, I opened it this morning. But fortunately, we did have one can of double shot espresso in there that Mitzi had that she gave to me, and she had a cup of tea. So between the espresso and a glass of orange juice, I made it through my morning. I don't like having a morning without coffee and my French vanilla creamer or my hazelnut creamer, because that's just the way I like my coffee. Fire is doing good now. Great job, babe. Mitzi started the fire. And because it's rained for like 5 days straight or 4 days straight, everything's pretty wet. But we did find some dry wood mixed in with semi-dry wood. But she got it rolling. And this will be going hopefully for the next few hours. Who is this wonderful artist, this music that we're listening to?
Just made it like casual, let it be in the background.
This is beautiful. You hear this beautiful music? It's lovely. One other thing that we did today, Mitzi had bought a couple of solar lights, and so we just attached this one to the tree. So we're going to see what happens with that. And then we have another one sitting over here on top of the pop-up camper. Little solar panel with a light that plugs into it, charges in the back. So we'll see what happens with those. We bought some other string lights too, wicker string lights, but we haven't put those up. And they're not solar, they have to be plugged in. Oh, and they finally showed up today and cleaned out our porta potty. So we were very happy because they hadn't been here in over 2 weeks and it was getting pretty ripe. So we left them a message yesterday afternoon or last night that we were not happy with their services, and so they showed up this morning and cleaned it out. What happened to the music?
I just turned it down.
You can't even hear it anymore.
It was loud, babe.
It should be
You can
loud.
turn it back up if you want to.
Sheesh. Get a good artist on and can't even get the music. I'm just kidding. That was me, actually. For those of you who did not know that, it's one of my songs. Okay, so it's come again to another sad time where we have to leave the property. We had a really good weekend though. We got up here on Friday night, late, like 10 o'clock, but we ended up staying up till after midnight playing rummy, so that was fun. And yesterday we got a lot of rocks moved around, and PJ, the gravel guy, came out, and he's going to put down some more shale for us, and level out the ground, and also take out a bunch of trees for us that we've been wanting to get rid of, and it's all part of the same price, so we're pretty excited about that. But we wanted to save some of our rocks, so we did that. Made a ring of rocks around our campfire ring, and then also saved a bunch of rocks for later use for projects. So that's all that there. And then we got that fencing that we're going to use around the camper, because next weekend we're bringing the dogs. So we'll see how that goes. So that's it for another weekend on the property. This is the last weekend of September. Also last night we went up to Larry and Mona's house. Mitzi had made a roast in the crock pot, so we took them up a bunch of the roasted vegetables and shared with them, and hung out at their house. We meant to go up there for maybe 15 or 20 minutes to say hello, and we ended up staying and hanging out with them on their deck for probably a couple hours before we got home last night. So didn't get quite as much accomplished this weekend as what I had hoped, but still got some good stuff done, and you know, it's all a process. A lot of good movement forward with the guy that's going to be clearing, and how much future work that he can do for us with clearing the new driveway that's going to go to the back of the property, and the whole cleared area for the build site. He can do all of that, and maybe even put in a pad for us, a concrete pad for like the actual foundation. So his prices are very reasonable, so it's something that I think that we can have some good projects for the coming year, especially once we get that driveway up with the build site cleared. Then we can put in the septic and the well, and then we're cooking with gas. So that's it for now. Another weekend. Next time we're here will be October. Pretty soon the leaves will be changing, and we're running out of time before winter to get things done. So adios.